The Dark Order
Yes.
was looking for a leader.
Okay, I didn't know if we wanted to get into
Yeah, no,
all that,
I'll say so. The Dark Order was looking for a leader, and they were thinking about using a couple different guys. I know Jim Mitchell was one of the guys mentioned, and I was like, our whole concept of AEW is trying to create new talent and new stars. And I said, if you're looking for a weird, a weirdo,
a weird, super good-looking guy.
yeah, a weird, hot as guy. Then I don't know anybody. But if you're looking for a
How are ya?
how are you? If you're looking for a weird guy, like if you're looking for a guy that can play a weird character, because the word about you is you're a chameleon, you can play anything. I've got the guy, and I never started in AEW thinking, I'm going to get my friends in here. But just to me, it's like this is the perfect guy because I know. Don and I had talked about you doing something for Impact for a while, but then you hurt your...
I tore my tricep right before that was going to happen. Yeah.
And Don runs that company. And listen, I don't run anything in AEW, but I'm like, if you're looking for a guy, I can find this. I have this guy. And then they said, okay, we'll send in some tapes. Tapes, like it's 1990. Send in some videos or whatever, or digital platform, blah, blah, blahs. So let's
then
take off from there.
You kind of describe what was going on. I recorded a bunch, and I remember I sent in one, and you said they liked it. I sent another, they liked it. I sent another. So I sent 3 audition tapes in.
Right, because let's talk about that a bit, though, because you had watched AEW for a bit, but sending in audition tapes, like, how did you make it? What did you do?
So you sort of described the group
as
best like that you knew it, I guess, right?
Yeah.
And
let's say that kind of like a cult or something?
Yeah, it was like a cult
Not
leader.
the cult.
Not the cult.
Love removal machine! The first one you sent in, you were singing that, and I said, no, not that kind of cult.
You said not that kind of cult, so I was like, all right. So I just sort of thought, like, sort of from what my angle would be on sort of that. So I kind of thought, okay, so when I did the WRP, Father Dante, and you were like, you told me then we were talking, and you were like, yeah, maybe like a nice cross between Luther and Dante would be a good mix.
Because Dr. Luther was your original character in Japan, which was more of a...
But then I morphed him over here a lot, right?
In a lot of different ways.
Yeah. Well, just like you.
Yeah.
We're from the same mindset, from the same place. We're the same origin kind of story, I guess.
Right.
You have to change. You can't stay the same.
Yeah.
You can't stay one-dimensional all the time. It won't work. So that's why I've changed a lot over time, depending on where I've been because not every gimmick is going to work in every place, and especially in like indie places or whatever. So then I watched a few and listened to a few different cult things and watched some different videos online to try to. I don't like to copy one person. I like to sort of pick little things from different people.
Right.
And then make it my own, just like you do the same thing, right? So I took all this stuff together, and it was kind of cool that I did the Father Dante thing because that kind of gave me a sort of a base because I did the same thing then.
Well, Father Dante was, so you can just watch it now. It's called Wrestling Revolution Project, which you guys filmed. We don't have to get too much into it. 10 years ago. Yeah. And the videos are just out now on
resurfaced.
YouTube. And you played kind of like a priest, like an
I
evil.
I played an southern albino priest.
The southern accent was really good too, especially from a guy from
Calgary,
Alderside.
Yeah, it was fun, and I did most of my stuff on one take on all my the interviews.
So you're able to use some of that element and combine it with Luther for this cult leader thing.
But I wasn't so. I remember the one I did, one of the audition tapes. I did kind of more like Father Dante, where I was, really yelling, kind of impassionate not impassionate, but passionate, preaching wise. And then you're like, let's try to humble it down a little bit. And Jake the Snake, who's in AEW, you're like, that's a good kind of role model, kind of like how he his delivery, which is always spot on.
Yeah.
And so I kind of thought, okay, I'll take this angle, but kind of mix it with that. And you said it was really good, and so I
remember you did one with a candle.
That was the first one I did. Yeah. I actually visually thought it was pretty cool. Did it in a candle through a mirror, so I did the reflection video. Yeah. I was trying to make it all.
You blew it out. The smoke was end, So I got that one, and I sent it to because the Dark Order was kind of Nick and Matt's thing, and I was more thinking, well, let me just show it to Tony and Cody. Tony's the boss, right? And Cody's like, I like his delivery. He's got that cadence of Jake Roberts. And I think then they said, well, let's bring him in for some, like basically a screen test. That's kind of what it was, right?
Yep.
So was it Dallas was the first time? And this was before Christmas.
This was before Christmas,
December 4th or 5th?
I came in, was it Dallas or Champaign?
Before Champaign.
Yeah.
Champagne.
Yeah. So I came in there, did the screen test with Brandy. Or did I do them by myself first? And then I did.
Yeah, because I think what Cody was thinking was that Brandy was going to do the Nightmare Collective. And I think right off the bat, the Bucks were like, we want, I think the original plan was Marty Scurll to be the leader of the Dark Order. And then they wanted Matt Hardy, which then morphed, of course, to Luke Harper. So I think that you were kind of out of the equation because they had other guys in mind. But Cody was the one who saw...
He liked the videos or whatever.
Right. So let's try the screen test with Brandy.
And then I did it, and they liked it, and they loved the back of my head. And, and then it went from there.